Hi everyone, this is Cindy and I'm showing the end of this video first because I want to apologize for filming most of it down in one corner. And the problem is my desk is so messy, it kind of pushes me there and I can't let that go on anymore. So anyway, I apologize for that, and I just wanted to show you what I finished. I finished the journaling cards, which you'll see in a minute. Well, you're seeing them right now too, but anyway, I talked about the from the kit, which I'll talk about in the next part of the video. I put blank paper on the back, glued them down, and since I was using school glue, I just wasn't sure, the school glue sticks. I decided to go ahead and stitch them around, which of course makes them just wonderful anyway. So I got all those finished. So those will either be tucks or pockets or journaling cards. And like I said, even if I decide to use it as a pocket and I don't really need that blank paper, it helps make them stronger. And then on these, I had glued on cardstock. You'll see that. I went ahead and stitched around them too. So I just finished them off. So those four are done. And then I talked about this. I don't know if it's bias tape, seam binding. It's not seam binding. Whatever it is. I stitched it on, and of course I ran out of thread right in the middle, so it's got my thread changes there, but it just gives it a little bit more texture and color. So I got that sewn on. And then one more thing I was going to show you, when I was ripping the backs of the papers for the backs of these, I had scraps left over, so I just got my stamps out real quick and just took advantage of that beautiful old aged paper, stamped on it, and we'll just use these for decorations. So anyway, stay tuned for the rest of the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Cindy, and I've got a mess on my desk, but what's new? It's always like this. It's been a couple of days since I've been on, did a video, so I'm just kind of trying to recap for me as well as everybody else. I'm doing a design team project for Artzology, and I'm using her kit, Hello Autumn. Here it is. Looking for it. It's number 288. And also there's an add-on kit. It's got the same number. So, and I'm doing two journals. One, I already had the signatures ready, and I'm trying to find the cover. See what I mean? It's chaos here. Anyway, it's a Reader's Digest book. Oh, right here, it's buried. There's my cover. So I haven't done anything on the outside, of course. I usually do that last. But anyway, got the signatures ready, and then I also have another one I'm doing, which is a cloth one, and it's a 9 by 12 envelope that's covered with fabric on both sides. And I got the signature pretty much, it's ready for it. I keep adding stuff to it, so it gets thicker and thicker. So anyway, there's that. And I got all the stuff cut out from the kit, and it's kind of laying here. And I did a little bit on it the other night while watching the World Series. There were some journaling cards that I had printed on just plain copy paper. Just, in the chaos of trying to watch a ball game and cut out stuff, I didn't get it on photo paper. So anyway, I thought that's not a problem. I glued them on some book page, 2 layers of book page, and now I'm going to put some paper on the back so that it can be written on. And 2 of these were on the same page as one of the envelopes. One of the smaller envelope, I believe. It's around here somewhere. And I always like my envelopes on thinner paper, so those were definitely just not printed by accident that way, so I went ahead and back them as well. So anyway, I thought I'd do that real quick and then show you on this book. I have had quite a bit of this. I think it's bias tape or something like that, that's got the folds. So the folds are automatically ironed into it, and I could be the smart person and just lay it on top of a page and sew it that way, but no, I have to fit the fold over the edge of the page, so I get bias tape on both sides. So anyway, I did that, and I stitched it on. And when I stitched it on, I'm doing it on this side so that I know I straddle kind of the edge there and the paper, because this side is much narrower than this one. So I want to make sure I catch this edge, and in the process, I'll catch this edge. So anyway, that's what I did on these 3 edges on the signature cover. So I just thought I'd show you real quick my process, and then I'm not going to sew it on camera, but I'll just show you what I did. So I got this piece left over. So, another thing I wanted to say was this is a 1 signature book. This one's 3. So I've been treating this basically like I have 4 signatures. And so, you know, I had 4 pieces of this. So this journal gets 3. This one gets 1. If I find more, I'll maybe put more in this journal. But another instance when I'm doing that is in the add-on kit, there are 4 of these phrases. And I'm going to put 1 in each signature over here, so 3 over here and 1 over here. So I'm kind of dividing the kit between the 2 books that way, just pretending like basically I have 3 signatures. So anyway, I picked this piece here. This is a page from the kit, and it's printed on just plain copier paper. And since I only printed the backgrounds once, and there's 5 backgrounds, 12 pages, so I had 12 pages that were blank on the back, the copy paper. So I stenciled most of them, and I had this gigantic stencil. And I'm not sure where I got it from. Let me show it to you. Here it is. I have it in a sheet protector. My big guess would be Hobby Lobby, possibly Walmart, but probably just one of those 2 options. So maybe. It's been a while since I bought it and I don't remember. So anyway, I stenciled on the back here. So here's what I did with this bias tape. I hope I'm giving it the right name. I decide which side I want to have the wider, you know, tape, and then I just fold it out like that. And it's usually easier to work on the shorter side because you've got less to work with, so you need to make sure it gets caught. And I just come out a little bit past the edge just in case, you know, my sewing's off. And then since I can't pin it, if this was fabric, you know, I just take my straight pins out. So when it's paper, my straight pins are paper clips. So I just open it up a little bit at a time. And some people probably could do the whole thing at once, but that's not been my luck. So just a little bit at a time. Paper clip it. Do a little bit more. Like I said, if you're in a hurry, you just lay the whole thing down on one side and be done. But I don't know, that folds there, so it's telling me I should fold it over. And then you just take this to your sewing machine and you remove the paper clips just like you would move straight pins when you're sewing. And just run a zigzag stitch down there. So anyway, that's how I did the other 3, and that's how I'll do that one. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. I would like to say it's real early in the morning here, but I kind of slept in until my alarm went off at 10:30. I was sad, but it's been a crazy few days, sleeping-wise. Okay, on the backs of these, 2 things I want to do this. I want ink around it, and then put some blank paper on the back. So let's set that aside for now. Over behind me, I have a stash of what I call blank papers, even though they're lined, or I'm going to try to sit down and try to stay in frame. That I just keep stockpiled until I need them, and they're there for backs of journaling cards like this, or for other items that need something on the back. So it's, you know, pages from books that have a blank spot. So anyway, I'm going to use these, and I'm just going to I don't want to go all the way to the edges because I already did the decal scissors to cut this edge, and I don't want to have to match up, you know, all that. So I'm just going to kind of recess it a little so it has like a little border around it. So the best way to do it is just to tear it, and I don't have a tearing ruler, but I do have this metal one. We're going to hope this is lined up. It doesn't have to be straight. Obviously, it doesn't have to be straight. Just sort of straight. And then I'm just using, you know, eyeballing where my edge of my journaling card is there. Okay, there. That gives it to me. Gives it to me. That, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't have it inked yet, but let's ink it and it shows up a little better. So, I mean, nothing rocket science here. I'm just showing you what my next steps are in this design team project. Okay, that shows up a little better. All right, I'm going to glue that on, and then I'm going to ink the whole thing. Let's see. I have a book right back here. My glue. And I found this glue. I know if you've watched any of my other videos, you know my sister moved, and I brought home a box of her, like, office supplies, which is where I get those paper clips I just used. And I don't know, I guess it was a bag of her stuff. I found this bag that had 3 of these big giant glue sticks in them. I thought, oh yes, I'll take them. I know they had to come from her because I haven't bought any of the purple ones that I remember in a while. And I was thinking it said school, but yeah, school glue sticks. So I'm thinking it was from hers. Okay, now ink it up. And these are going to be journaling cards, of course. If I did decide to use it as a pocket, it doesn't matter that I put that blank paper on the back. It just would give it some extra stability on the page. So if I change my mind later, because it's not like I haven't done that before. So these 2 are the ones that go in the envelope, though. All right, so let's just do that again. I think this piece is finally ready for the trash. This came from a book. It's really thick paper, so it's great. And I like keeping as much of that original aging as possible. And it tears beautifully. I was at a Goodwill yesterday and bought a book, an old book. I think it was 1928. I think that's what it was. Yeah, 1928, something like that. And I didn't buy it because the cover was great. It didn't have any pictures inside that were good. I bought it simply because of the thickness of the pages and just how wonderful and old they were. So I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. And you can see this one's old and brittle. It's already coming apart there where I'm hitting it. So I will glue it down and then it will be fine. So there we go. Another journaling. Oh, I don't have it inked. Inking, I forget all the time, but this is something I could go back and do. So that one's done. So anyway, I'm going to keep working on those, but I did want to do one other thing. Oops, get the glue lid on. On these, I just printed them on regular copy paper, and I was going to use them as a side pocket. And they're too flimsy for me for a pocket. I mean, I could. In the past, I would have done it no problems, but I thought it didn't hurt to put just a little extra stability behind them. I could just use some book page, and that would probably be enough. But I think I'll use a piece of cardstock. Grab some down here. Years and years ago, when I was doing all the scrapbooking, grabbing the wrong thing, I, used page protectors, and they came with the white sheet of paper inside of them, which I never did use. So, yeah. So anyway, I have tons of white cardstock, so I'm just going to put these on here, glue them on, cut them out, and then I'm going to find a place for them in the book. So I will let you go for now, and I'll catch you up later. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.